So today I've come on to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of reading for you and for your children. And I've got 6 or 7 points I want to go through, which really highlight how important reading can be for you and your child. Not really to come from a teacher angle. This is a sort of a holistic whole approach, which might just, a couple of points might just resonate with you and think, do you know what, I'm going to really give this a go, and I can really now see how important this could be to my family life. So first and foremost, it promotes a really positive health and well-being. Studies have shown this, recent studies, they've done a big project, and they have found that it really does, doing a bit of reading every day, again, this is for you and your child, really can promote better health and well-being. So the other one that I really think is important, and I bang on about all the time, and I did when I was teaching, is that it sparks imagination. Reading can be such an important tool to help you, certainly children at school, really open and unlock those doors to new worlds that can really drive them forward with their learning. When you imagine reading a chapter that's enticed you, excited you, closing the book, where does your brain go after that? You know, you could often, if you're at bedtime and you're reading, you can go off and uncover loads of new ideas, loads of thoughts, new angles, and then all that can feed back into your writing at school, your play, if you're a younger child, you know, well, even older children play up to all ages, don't they? But it can really develop that. The next one I want to talk about is the vocabulary one. Now that's quite an obvious one, and lots of people have, lots of studies have proven that reading obviously improves your vocabulary. The more words you're reading, the more words you're reading in context, new words that you're reading in context, help you understand those words, and then you can then therefore use them too. I've certainly seen with my children since I've got Bluebell who's 3, Wilfred who's 9, and Toby who's 12, and the vocabulary extension in the early years is huge, but now especially Wilfred, who's a really avid reader now, his vocabulary is far superior to Toby's, who is 12, and he's my reader that I still really have to work with. He loves reading now, but it's always been the kind of, come on Tobes, do you want to get your book out? Let's talk about this book, read about this book, whereas Wilfred will just pick one up and just devour it. And you can really see that in his understanding of vocabulary and his use of vocabulary in his conversation. So the other one that's come to light recently, which I've done some reading about, is that it promotes better self-esteem. So I can't see the direct link straight away when I saw that bullet point, but I think actually, yeah, if you are reading and you are developing your vocabulary and you're, learning things about the past, about the future, whether you're reading fiction or non-fiction, you're developing your understanding of relationships with people, all through reading, you can see that would promote your self-esteem, make you feel more secure in yourself. So I think that's a really valid one to take on as well. Another one, which I didn't realise, I mean, you kind of think about it when you think, reading a bedtime story, now it's bedtime, now we'll go to sleep. But it promotes better sleep patterns across the board. So they say reading of 10 minutes a day can really impact on your sleep pattern, which I think is really interesting. So it's not actually just saying you've got to read at bedtime, it's saying just reading throughout the day. And I think the reason for that leads me on to my next point, which it is reading for 10 minutes a day is proven to reduce stress by 68%. That's in children and in adults. And I think that's just an incredible statistic. I'm now reading every day as part of my job, as part of doing this. But perhaps before I did this, I wasn't reading all the time. And I wonder whether that has impacted on my stress reduction. I know that I'm feeling less stressed now. When I'm busy, I'm obviously stressed. But when I've got a bit of a deadline on, or I've got a lot of the middle grade books take a while to read. If I really give myself, say, 2 or 3 hours, it doesn't always happen. I've got a young family. Let's be realistic. But if I can get that in, I can get into a book where I read perhaps half a book, three-quarters of a book. I'm engrossed, and I put it down, and I feel like a different person. And it might have been because I've been transported to a different world, but it takes you out of your head, doesn't it? It takes the worries that you've got going on in the day away. And I think it's a really, really key thing to think about. And the last one I want to bring up, which really reinforces what I've said throughout this, is that it gives a stronger feeling of relaxation than TV or any other screens. So, and that's been proven too. So people are like, oh, I just want to relax. I just want to, flop on the sofa, put a film on, or the kids want to just say, I've been busy, I've been to school all week, let me play my games, let me just do what I want to do, I'm all hyped up, I want to relax. Well, actually, reading is the key one, if you can get them to do it. So that's what Bring a Book to Life is all about, is trying to get children to enjoy reading. Now, it's easy when you've got a bookworm and they already love it. Bring a Book to Life is fab for that too, because it just reinforces that message, that positive message about reading for pleasure. But Bring a Book to Life boxes might just be the hook that gets your child into reading. Have a little look at the website. They are our curated book boxes, which have loads of different things all to do with the book, in the form of, we've got author signatures and author letters, and then you get a load of gifts and activities which link directly to that story. So if you've got a child that sees reading as a bit of a chore, this might just be the thing to hook them in. So have a little look and think about those key points that I've just discussed. I think they're really interesting and important, and I hope you do too.